You're taller than me, so this way. That should work. What's up, beach bums? This morning I've got an awesome guest with you. I've got Captain Dusty Hayes. He's with Shore Thing Fishing Charters. Check him out. I'm gonna put a link to his Facebook page in the description. So be sure to check him out if you ever want to go fishing right off the beach. He can definitely hook you up with some fish. But this morning, what are we fishing for, man?
Trying to get some whiting, maybe a pompano if we're lucky. We're just trying to see what's going on after the storm. This is both our first time getting out after Hurricane Nate. So we moved to a few different spots this morning, trying to find a good sandbar structure, and we finally found one pretty decent. So we're gonna try to find some whiting, maybe a redfish, or hopefully a pompano.
Sounds good. I think it popped off. Oh no, he's still on. He's still on. Is he over this line? Yes, nice fish, nice fish. Whew. All right. Here we go. Pompanos, definitely a pompano. Just saw him. He's coming back this way. Yes. Beautiful pompano. Should be a keeper. Yes, sir. All right, we just caught our first pompano, and we haven't been out here more than 5 or 10 minutes. And Dusty, what are we doing to catch these fish, man? Like, what's the technique here that we're using?
What we're doing is really light tackle. We have a north breeze this morning, so it allows us to really downsize our tackle. If it was blowing, you know, like it was last week, we have to use bigger rods, heavier weights. But a day like today, it's calm, relatively calm anyways, and we don't have a lot of east or west current. It's just waves, which is fine. But all we're using is a simple rig. It's just like any standard pompano rig, but I make all these myself, and you can make them easily at home. You got a swivel at the top. I usually use 20-pound fluorocarbon if the water's really clear. If the water's dingy or if it's really rough, I'll just use the monofilament, save the money. And monofilament also floats too, so sometimes it's more buoyant. That's another thing you gotta keep in mind. But I'm just doing a 1 drop instead of 2. I just do 1. Now there's times I'll do 2 baits, but usually 1 will get the ticket done. Small pieces of fresh shrimp and pieces of fish bites. Now on this drop I'll have a bead, sometimes I'll have a colored float, sometimes I'll have a bead, sometimes I have nothing at all. It all depends on the water clarity. Going down here to a loop to a sinker. Now this is a 1/2 ounce little bell sinker. I rarely use these. Most of the time I'm using a 1 ounce pyramid sinker, but these will work good too. The reason I like these is because they are on a swivel. There's a swivel that runs to the body, and they'll rotate just a little bit, and they'll roll just slowly down the beach and cover ground, and it looks natural when that bait's moving. Because it's stuff like pompano, they're not just sitting in one spot, they're constantly moving, looking for food. So if you kind of cover some ground, a lot of times you'll kind of find them. We have a small little sandbar structure here that we're fishing, so we're not fishing a vast area. This is kind of the best looking little structure on this stretch of beach.
There we go. Fish on. Got another fish on here. He's fighting pretty good. It's a spade fish. That's different. That's pretty cool. That's a bird. Don't catch these very often in the surf. These are usually hanging around some structure like piers and pylons and bridges and stuff. Pretty neat fish though. I've caught a few of them. They taste pretty good. I've eaten them a couple times. But they got some pretty cool stripes on them. Not the target species, but pretty neat catch right there. Whew.
When we put shrimp on, we got bites all of a sudden.
He ain't on there yet. Oh, there he is. Fish on, fish on. Woo! What are you? Come here. Oh, Remora, shark sucker. That's definitely not what we're after today. Oh, oh well, all right. What are those?
Big clam.
I've never seen that. Wow. That is crazy. I've never seen these on the beach.
I've found them empty. I've never found one full. There's a bunch of them.
Oh my gosh, that is wild. Check that out, guys. I've never seen like a legit, just a clam, I guess, right? Like yeah, I mean, I've never seen like a legit clam full with, I mean, this is crazy. It must have come in from the storm that we just had, I guess, wash them in, I don't know, but I never see this on the beach. Wild, man, there's like a ton of them right here. Check that out. That is awesome.
There's a bunch of them. You have a sandbar out here, say that's about whatever you want to call it, 50 yards, 60 yards, shorter, less, whatever. Sandbar, a little bit longer, and you have a sand point. So if you look up and down the beach and you see a point that sticks out into the water, and if you look at a long distance, you'll see where the ground's a little higher sometimes. That means that point will extend into the water, and it'll make it shallower. So on each side of that point is going to be deeper water. So with different winds, there'll be fish stacked up on either side of that point. Now if you have a point and it connects to a sandbar and goes out, then those fish will run that whole pool. And different winds will put them on opposite sides. But there's a lot of different things you can look for, like even, you know, a washout where two different tides will meet together, not tides, but you know, two different currents will meet together, come up, and those waves come down together, and they'll create a little washout. What's that doing is pushing all the food, all the sand fleas and all the clams and the ghost shrimp, pushing them down, and there's going to be whiting and sometimes pompano farther out waiting on that food to get washed right to them.
Oh, fish on! Swimming over the line. Dang it. Oh, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? Okay. Ah, thank you. All right, well, okay. All right, here we go. We got it. All right. Fish on. Oh, I think we got a nice whiting. Check him out. That's a beautiful whiting. Big. Yes, sir. Oh, 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 he's heavy. Nice. Nice whiting.
About as big as I get.
Check that one out. That is awesome right there.
That's a beast.
Woo! They're feisty.
These are strong.
Oh, oh. Check him out. It's kind of late in the day. It's gotten kind of slow, but we finally hooked a whiting. They haven't really been around much, but they're definitely hard to hang on to. We are packing up, and last fish of the day right here. Seriously reeling it in to put it up. It's a baby hardtail.
It's a snack for the bird.
That's right. Guys, we had a great day on the beach. Didn't catch a whole lot of fish, but it was still a really fun time. You never know what you're gonna run into out there. We did catch one keeper pompano and one keeper whiting and a couple other cool fish just to have some fun with. We also found some clams, which we've never seen that before.
Yeah,
that was
big one.
Yeah, that was awesome. That was fun just catching those and seeing those around. And the fishing really did shut down pretty hard once the gill netters showed up. They got right in front of us. I'm gonna try to show you some footage. I don't know if it'll show up on the GoPro or not, but that kind of killed it for us for a little bit, so that was kind of tough. But guys, be sure to check out Dusty Hayes. His page is Sure Thing Fishing Charters. He will definitely hook you up on some fish. He knows what he's doing. What should guys be looking for over the next, you know, few weeks, few months as we get into the winter season, man?
As it calms down, we get into this fall, we get a lot of no wind or light wind days like today, where it's also really, really hot too. Keep your tackle real light, you know, 10, 15, 20 pound clear fluorocarbon or monofilament leader, small hooks, fresh shrimp, and also fish bites. Fish bites helps a lot when you still have these pinfish and little bait fish out. But look for small, close, you know, holes in the sandbars and close sandbars, little structures like that. And there'll be fish out there, you know, just fishing throughout the day. We got a nice, you know, bite died off for a little bit and then it picked up, and then the gill netters came about. That kind of ruined all of it. But yeah, there's fish out. You just move different areas. If you fish an area for 20 minutes and don't find anything, go to the next spot, you know. This is the third spot we fished this morning, and this is where we caught our fish. And nothing, that's the first one. So you just got to cover some ground and find some fish, and you know, just keep at it. Keep it light, keep it simple.
All right, guys, thanks for hanging out. Thanks for watching. Be sure to subscribe. And as always, stay bummy.